Here's a great one, Errol. Two of your favorites. Kyrie Irving calls out Stephen A. Smith.
Not surprised.
Oh, yes, the flat earther himself had some words about Stephen A. on a recent live stream when he went in on his contract. I'm going to discuss his contract. I'm going to discuss Stephen A.'s contract, and I'm going to say, I don't think you're worth it, Irving said. Does Smith deserve to earn more than Wemby, since Wemby's on a rookie contract? He was making a point about how Smith and others in the NBA media make more than players, but aren't kept to the same levels of accountability. Smith was recently critical of the deal Irving signed with Dallas for just under $40 million a year, saying that Irving didn't get a good deal, didn't get paid enough. Irving let his opinions be known on his own podcast. Errol, dial it up!
You know what's so funny? All these players have their own podcast. They're on people's podcasts, and they got a lot to say. And I'm not going to quote anything Kyrie Irving says because he thinks the earth is flat, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Stephen A. Smith should not be making $20 million a year. Do you know that they fired over 100 people for Stephen A. Smith to make that kind of money? It's a big problem right now in media work and these guys. And Pat McAfee, I give Pat McAfee a lot of credit because they're like back and forth. And I know Stephen A. Smith can't stand Pat McAfee because at one point Pat McAfee was making more money than him. Now it's Stephen A. Smith's game. It's a big problem. Kyrie Irving coming out and saying that Stephen A. Smith shouldn't be making that money, he's overpaid, and nobody gives a crap what he says, that's a crock of you-know-what, because Kyrie Irving has been following Stephen A. Smith for a long, long time. They're butt buddies. As LeBron James says, or Dwayne Wade over the years has said, that Stephen A. Smith is the best of the best. Now all of a sudden, because the LJA comes out and says, you shouldn't be talking about my son, and Kyrie Irving thinks that, maybe Stephen A. Smith's head is flat, or brain is flat, he's going to come out and say that he shouldn't be making the money. I don't judge anybody for making the money. I do judge the fact that Kyrie Irving was the person that came up with the argument. Kyrie Irving saying something, it means don't listen. If it was anybody else besides Kyrie Irving or LeBron James or even Draymond Green, I would listen. The fact that Kyrie Irving said something tells me he's either jealous or nobody gives a crap what he believes to think. So that's my opinion towards it. Stephen A. Smith's making $20 million. Does he deserve it? Nobody in the media world deserves that kind of money, including Tom Brady, who's making that kind of money, talking on a damn mic.
Tony Romo?
Tony Romo's great.
Right.
He's the
Tony
best
Romo
of the
actually
best.
is a good
Tony
broadcaster.
Romo,
Tom Brady's average.
Tony Romo is the best sports play-by-play color guy in the business. There's nobody that can touch him. That's how good he is. Tom Brady, none of them is anywhere.
He has a dude next to him, too.
Yeah, Nance. Yeah, Nance is good, but Nance has that unique voice. But honestly, nobody cares what Nance is saying. They care about what.
Hello, friends.
Hello, friends. My name is Mr. Nance. I like to play with myself. That's all I have to hear. And when he talks like that, I can only wonder what he does in his spare time. And he's also making a ton of money thanks to Tony Homo himself. So Tony Romo's the best. As far as I'm concerned, Stephen A. Smith shouldn't be making that money, but I don't want to hear it from Kyrie Irving, the bitch crying.
Yeah. So while we're on the topic of the great broadcasters, also a bonus golf comment, Mike Breen as well, who just announced his retirement as well. Fantastic NBA broadcaster, Knicks broadcaster for, I believe it was 35 years that he's been in the business. So congratulations to Breen. But for the sayings of the blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while, Kyrie Irving's pea brain finally found something reasonable to say. Well, yeah, he's right about Stephen A. Smith basically hoarding all the ESPN money, and I think there were other baseball layoffs that just happened recently with their baseball programming, which definitely looks bad when Stephen A. Smith is talking up all that money.
No, they'll just have Stephen A. Smith host a baseball show.
Oh, sure. Let's see what he'll bring
to
that.
They had Pat McAfee there, so why not bring Stephen A. Smith on?
Yeah.
He knows crap about baseball.
It's going to go downhill.
It's so bad.
Very fast.
I'm not even going to say anything. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus because we might have somebody listening. But what the hell is ESPN doing right now? What is going on?
It's just really disproportionate.
What is going on right now over there in that network? What they're giving people that kind of money, and there are so much other better, more talented people out there that should be making somewhere in that vicinity, and they're just completely looking past. And I'm not even going to say who. So,
and you're right. I'm not saying it should be Kyrie Irving necessarily.
Eat it and stick it and whatever you want to put it.
I won't fault him for that, for just really stating what really should be magnified about that contract in general.
Yeah, I was saying to you earlier, Speedy, it's like one of the first times I've agreed with Kyrie Irving.
It's his most intelligent thing he's said in years.
It bothers me because I see all these people getting fired, and Stephen A. Smith is taking. He's probably making about 18 to 20% of the money that's going into the media.
But he's also created that too, Errol. You got to understand that he's
Really?
he's created that like anomaly. Like he's
All right,
created that.
all right. I'm gonna school you here. Okay, who created cold pizza? Who was the first person to be part of cold pizza? Speedy?
Cold pizza?
Cold pizza. That was the first ESPN show before.
Was it Max Kellerman?
No.
Who was it?
He went.
Back
He
then?
left. He left, and he went over there to do Fox. Do you know what I'm talking about? He retired now.
Colin Coward?
No, he left, and he worked with Stephen A. Smith for a long time. And
Bayless.
That's right.
Oh, Skip Bayless.
Skip Bayless is the one that opened up the doors and the floodgate for Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith was fired. Okay, he was fired.
You know who the conglomerate of all of that was Chris Berman.
Probably, but
Chris Berman was the one that did it the right way.
well, I
The
like
right
Chris. Chris is a nice guy too. I met Chris a couple of times. I met him at the Emmy
Chris
Sports.
Berman
Awards.
did it the right way.
Very nice guy.
He was the first one to get a 7-figure contract.
He was.
You know what, though, Jabba? It's interesting you bring him up, though, because when he did it, he made sure that he was great at everything he did. Remember that when he did the home run derby, back. He always added some flavor to it that made it like unique, and I don't see that from any of the talent other than McAfee doing his annoying shtick. I would argue at times that doesn't fit with baseball in this situation. I just thought that like there's a place for that. It's not. It's College Game Day. It's WWE. It's some other things as well. I don't think it was this. And I'm putting you on a leash now. Guys in. I don't know, man. I miss the days of guys like Berman that were like, I'm going to make this awesome, and I'm going to show you. I'm not just going to.
You're just putting too much money into what they're selling right now. If you have Rick TiPietro running and being a part of your organization, it smells like dog crap, doggy doo-doo. And again, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, and if they're listening, well, you know how I feel about this situation. If you're going to put those guys on, there should be some other people being put on in a bigger and better position. I don't get it. I don't get ESPN right now. Doesn't make sense.